so steamed about Doge, Congresswoman LaMonica McIver says we are at war. Ilhan Omar says we might actually see somebody get killed. And Chris Van Hollen says we have to fight this in the Congress, we have to fight this in the streets. So what?
Frankly, they don't even know what they're talking about, because President Trump was elected with a mandate from the American people to make this government more efficient. He campaigned across this country with Elon Musk, vowing that Elon was going to head up the Department of Government Efficiency, and the two of them, with a great team around them, were going to look at the receipts of this federal government and ensure it's accountable to American taxpayers.
No.
Wait, so you're upset that all of the frivolous and wasted governmental spending is being exposed? The type of American are you?
What the fuck type of nigga is you? As the whole becomes a part, I strike to burn, and the flame returns.
The Democrats are fighting to save $20 million for Iraqi Sesame Street, $2 million for Moroccan pottery classes, $11 million to tell Vietnam to stop burning trash, $27 million to give gift bags to illegals before we deport them.
Is that right?
Millions to help Afghanis grow crops instead of opium. That program was such a success that opium production doubled.
For Afghanis.
We also gave Afghanistan $300 million to build diesel fuel power plants, but they couldn't use them because diesel was too expensive. $200 million on a dam that was too unsafe to ever be used.
California
could. California. $250 million on a road that was never used. We literally built a road to nowhere. Oh, and we gave Syrians $9 million for humanitarian aid.
It's a lot of money.
Someone messed up and it went to Al Qaeda. $1 million for bat research in Wuhan. That equates to $1 million for each dead American. USAID was funding Fashion Week in Paris. France isn't even paying its NATO dues, and we're paying for their Fashion Week.
Nobody's upset yet?
USAID is a $40 billion deep state social justice slush fund.
And here's the reason why Elon Musk and others have been taking a look, because if you look at the waste and abuse that has run through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government.
Fraud, waste, and abuse.
And I would just say a strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that
she's a firecracker, bro.
Cutting federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people want to be, they want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything, and in the last...
That part.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
So there you go, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. But shout out to Elon.
Oh no.
So yeah, those clips were just droplets of information from a much larger picture of governmental spending, shrouded in ambiguity. One thing we are seeing is that it's pissing off the Democrats more that the abuse of spending is being exposed more than the abuse of spending itself.
That's all that is happening here. And for Democrat officials to incite violence and encourage Americans to take to the streets is incredibly alarming, and they should be held accountable for that rhetoric.
And they're pulling out all the stops, complete with all the manipulative personalities to appeal to their first and last resort, critical to them being able to get off the bullshit, right? They perfected passionate speech, triggering emotion by citing the worst examples, putting personalities that represent easily manipulated demographics in front of the screen, so they could further manipulate. For example, they're talking about your grandmother being stolen from.
And so I want to make sure
that my mother gets her Social Security check, not because she pledges allegiance to Elon.
What happens with my grandma's Social Security check?
Right? They're trying to use buzzwords like calling 22-year-olds creepy and weird for no reason.
We don't pledge allegiance to the creepy 22-year-olds working for Elon Musk.
They've got old white women yelling at you while talking to you like children.
No one elected Elon Musk to nothing, and yet Elon Musk is seizing the power that belongs to the American people. We are here to fight back.
They got the young beta black dude.
You mean to tell me a man worth over $400 billion is gonna decide?
Right? They got the ratchet ghetto black chick that throws shade.
And what we not gonna do is stand around while they pull this bullshit that they trying to pull right now. We are gonna be in your face. We are gonna be on your ass, and we are gonna make sure you understand what democracy looks like, and this ain't it.
Because that's what that demographic thinks is arguing intellectually. They've even got the immigrant sister girl representation out there representing.
I think what is really important for the American people to understand is that this money really amounts to less than 1% of what our budget is as a country. It is money that goes to the most vulnerable around the world.
$32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru.
Right? Diversity, equity, inclusion, huh? The one thing they all neglected to include was commentary on any specific spending. So neither will I. There's a lot more to be revealed, and it's all f***ing treasonous. This is a much needed government overhaul. I believe Trump, a damn near lifelong CEO, took a look at all the obstacles that crossed his path to make common sense decisions in his first presidency, which was mainly at the hands of indoctrinated lifelong politicians who enjoy their kickbacks and their lobbyist friends while f***ing over the people. And anyways, Trump, he's making sure that he gets rid of those obstacles, and he runs this shit like a business. As this country has massive debt, massive poverty with people, but keeps spending on bullshit. They blame the rich, but are the rich. And if this was a relationship, Democratic voters, you are the bitch. But what do I know? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe if you like the content, hit the notification bell. And with that said, hopefully you've been entertained and informed while passing this precious time that we have. And hopefully I've earned your sub. I go by the name of Mac. This has been Doing It for GP. Till next time.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here, because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here.
Never did me, I spit the truth. Call you aware, fear-driven niggas get the boot. All of you squares couldn't fit up in my circle. All of us red and will hurt you severe. Slow your roll, nigga, patience is a virtue.